Thailand is a country located in Southeast Asia. It houses some of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet, from rich forests to sprawling rice fields to rolling plains to weathered coasts. We gotta say, this country has it all. What else does it have? Billionaires. Lots and lots of billionaires. In today's video, we are taking a look at just who they are, what they do for a living, and how they got so rich. Get ready to learn about what it's like to be one of the richest people on Earth, residing within Thailand's borders. Prior to the 1960s, Thailand was mainly known as an agricultural nation. The shift towards industry began once the city's populations really started to ramp up in numbers. To this day, Bangkok, the capital, and its surrounding metropolitan area are the central hub when it comes to urban life. It's here you will find the historically rich and unfathomably beautiful Grand Palace. It was built in 1782, and to this day, it is still the main home for the residing king, which currently is multi-billionaire King Maha Vajiralongkorn. He has worn the crown since 2016 and is worth approximately $43 billion. One move that this billionaire has made, and it has stirred up a bit of controversy in Thailand, is his decision to leave the Grand Palace and spend the past year in the 4-star Grand Hotel Sonnenbichl in the Bavarian Alps. And he spent this time with an entourage of reportedly 20 women. What can we say? When you are a billionaire in Thailand, you can afford a year abroad. But one rule you should know whether you are a residing billionaire or just a tourist visiting for the week is that at the Grand Palace, there is quite a strict dress code. Sloppy attire is not permitted, and arms and legs must be covered at all times. If you feel like that's a bit stifling, you may want to head over to the nearby island of Phuket for a bit of the nightlife scene. Right off the bat, you should know that Phuket is the richest province in Thailand. According to the Office of the National Economic and Social Development Board, this is the only province in Thailand without poverty. Only 6.1% of Phuket households are indebted, which when you compare this number to the national average of 34.8%, that seems pretty good. You can see why that's a pretty big deal. It's also garnered the nickname the Pearl of the Andaman, likely due to the immense amount of beauty that can be found at the shore. This 30-mile-long, 15-mile-wide Paradise Isle has coral reefs which grow beneath crystalline waters, platinum sands that look straight out of a painting, and lush vegetation which textures the entire island. According to List Sotheby's International Realty in Thailand, the average price per square meter on Phuket Island is around $2,800 to $3,500. But if you're looking at the luxury options, as most billionaires do, those numbers start to increase significantly, to the tune of $5,000 to $6,000 per square meter. What are the rich investing in here? Usually, super luxury beachfront villas, which are high-end 10-bedroom private beachfront properties that can come complete with a 40-meter infinity pool, private movie theaters, spacious staff quarters, and many times there are 2 fitness centers. The price? A property like this goes for $30 million. A bit out of your price range? Why not take a look at upscale condominiums? Twin Palms Residences Montejour on Kamala Beach is ripe for the taking. Just know up front, the asking price for an 800 square meter, 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom unit here is around $6 million. As you can imagine, Phuket is also home to many of the ultra-rich. Damien Hirst, who boasts a nearly $300 million fortune and is known for creating a platinum skull encrusted with 8,601 flawless diamonds. This art piece went for an astonishing $69 million. Owns a home here known as Villa Chan Krajang. It's worth £5 million and is a 6-bedroom villa complete with 2 pools, a putting green, and billiards room. Clifford Price, worth approximately $95 million, also calls Phuket Island his home. He talked about why he decided to move here and was quoted as saying, "Me and my wife Mika were married in the temple on Phuket Island 8 years ago. We used to come back every year and eventually thought, why don't we live here? So now we do. We built a wonderful house wrapped around a beautiful tree with art and recording studios. We moved here 6 months ago. It's near Kamala Beach, a phenomenal place. Head to the southern part of the island and you'll find the home of former Formula One world champion Kimi Räikkönen, aka the Iceman. He apparently paid $1.5 million for this getaway. It would be a nice place to go with my family and friends when I have 2 weeks off in the winter, the Iceman said in an interview. Hey, we mentioned the nightlife here on Phuket, but we didn't tell you the biggest and best clubs. If you're one of the richest and you're looking for a night on the town, you'll want to check out Illusion Club, Tiger Disco, and White Room Nightclub. Illusion boasts world-class lighting and sound systems and is extremely popular. They proudly host a wide range of international performers, DJs, as well as Las Vegas-style shows. Tiger Disco is arguably the most recognizable club in all of Thailand. It gets its name from the huge cement tigers that overlook the street. It also happens to be 3 stories and covers over 5,000 meters squared. Now that's a big club. But you'd be hard-pressed to miss White Room Nightclub. Boasting elegant white decor, cocktail lounges, and a modern party space, you'll find this staple of the nightlife scene along Bangla Road. At White Room Nightclub, it's all about the mood. Their lighting and sound systems are top of the line, and a night here is a night to remember. But don't think for a second that the country's capital, Bangkok, doesn't house some of the richest in all of Thailand. And frankly, in all of the world for that matter. The Chirvanan brothers are the prime example. They are worth an astonishing $30.2 billion. Just how did they make their fortune? Well, the 4 siblings got rich via the CP Group, one of the world's largest producers of animal feed and livestock, and they are still a prime mover in the industry. In fact, in 2020, CP Group moved forward with a $10.6 billion purchase to acquire Tesco's operations in Thailand and Malaysia. Bangkok is home to another billionaire, and it's Chalerm Uvidya. His net worth is $24.5 billion. Where does that money come from? Well, Chalerm just happens to be the eldest son of the co-founder of a little energy drink you may have heard of, Red Bull. Now, do you see why he's worth so much? We got one more billionaire family that calls Bangkok home for you, and it's the Chirathivat family. They control Central Group, the country's biggest mall developer, and their stake in the company gives them an astonishing net worth of $11.6 billion. Maybe you haven't heard of Central Retail, but if you're in Thailand, you certainly have. They have more than 2,115 stores, which offer everything from food to fashion to property and building materials and more, all across the entire country of Thailand. If you're starting to think that if you're a billionaire in Thailand, you live in Bangkok, well, you're not wrong. Check out this final statistic we got for you. Bangkok has the highest average household income of any of the provinces in Thailand, at THB $49,191 per month. At the national level, the average household income is just about half of that, at THB $25,194 per month. Looks like Bangkok is the place to be. Hey, did you know that luxury seeps its way into the rich cultural history of Thailand as well? Case in point, the massive Buddha statue known as Phra Maha Swana Patimakam is made from pure gold, standing at 3.91 meters tall and 3.01 meters wide. This solid gold Buddha statue weighs 5.5 tons. Just when was this incredible piece of history created? Historians don't know for sure, but they estimate it was between the 1230s and 1430s. Now that gold is old. We'll see you next time, right here on The Richest.